you need. I'm here for you. I am here for metal gets me high, metal gets me drunk, metal gets me crazy.
Fucking
Let's go, baby.
well,
Yeah,
that's
great way
how
to
we
start
start
the
it.
episode.
Metal Gets Me High, episode 55. We've got Stan, the man from Terminal Nation, one of my favorite people on the internet, a guy who I feel like
Whoa.
says everything with his chest. What's up, Stan?
Fuck yeah.
Yo, not too much. At chilling at as I mentioned earlier, chilling at a homie's birthday party. I'm in the parking lot right now, so I'm not at the most ideal setup. I'm not at my desk, but I'm fucking having a good time. So I'm glad to be here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for having me. I'm just having a good
It's
time.
it's the legendary. It's not just you're not just in a truck. You're in the legendary truck. You be posting in the truck all the time.
Brother,
Fucking love
the Trail Boss,
Yeah,
the
it.
2021 Trail Boss Silverado 1500 edition that survived a tornado. On March the
Fucking
31st, I was sitting in this seat and a tornado started to lift my ass off the ground in this very truck. So I've been through hell and high water in this goddamn thing. So this is the tornado
hey,
surviving truck.
that's America's fucking product right
Let's
there.
go. Let's
Fucking
go, baby.
Get a GM.
shimmy.
Let's go. I had a Prius, then I put that fucker in neutral and pushed it into a lake when I bought this bad boy. So let's go.
Oh man.
Oh
Well,
shit, that's
we
great.
wanted to have you on because we're going to hit your festival, Banging in the Rock. Fucking incredible lineup. Like what a level up from year one to year two.
Thank
I
you.
feel
Thank you
like.
very much.
Like I just want to get into like how what goes into something like this that like people have no idea about in regards to like booking a sick ass fest.
Well, so there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot that goes into it. I think we got to kind of fight up a we have an uphill battle. Can you guys hear me okay? Just making
Yeah,
sure.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
We're
we
Okay,
can
good.
hear
cool,
you.
cool, cool. Beautiful. So we do have an uphill battle because I'm not sure if you mentioned it. I may have missed it, but we're in Little Rock, Arkansas. So nobody thinks of Little Rock as being like, oh, that's this metal mecca or like this hotbed for music or culture. It's nobody views it like that. We have a lot of awesome talent. We have great, like a thriving, a younger metal and hardcore fan base. But I think we get overlooked in the larger general conversation when it comes to like extreme music, metal, hardcore, punk, grindcore. We get overlooked a lot. So I think we've had additional challenges booking a fest in Little Rock than some of your bigger cities would. Are you guys all I
We're
know we're
Bay Area, Sacramento. That's
California,
okay,
kind of
Bay
okay.
area.
Area.
So yeah, you guys are in a kind of a hot area, I would think, right? You like the
Definitely.
scene's popping. Sure, sure, sure. And
Yeah.
we have a good scene too, but I don't think it's really recognized by the larger the national or international metal community. So we're just trying to put on for this. But like when it comes to convincing venues, hey, book this show. Some people might get the shit kicked out of them, but I promise you it'll be okay. Hey, book this show. Like these bands historically have passed over the city, so that also, venue owners are hesitant about that. We have to talk security and what's going on. We don't want barriers at this. We don't want merch cuts. We don't want any of this like the bullshit red tape. We're trying to cut all that. So we want to keep this as DIY as possible. So it's me and three other homies, Reed, Ted, and Evan. Ted and Evan are in Morbid Visions. I know you
Okay.
guys are probably familiar.
Yes, sir.
Evan was on the podcast, correct?
Yeah,
On the
we've had
show.
Yeah,
Evan
he
on. Yeah.
was.
Fuck
A
yeah.
shout out
Love
Evan, the homie.
Evan, Ted, Reed. I love all those guys. Those guys are my brothers. Corey is another dude who's like he's kind of a more established, older punk dude from the city. But he's been around. I say older. If he watches this, I say older with the utmost love. But he's been around for a while. But like we just wanted to be like, yo, we got shit going down in Little Rock that's sick. We need the world to see it. So there's barriers and because I'm gonna be honest, no disrespect to any big band, we've reached out to a million bands to play this fest. A lot of bands say Little Rock, nah, we're good, we're good, and so it's hard to convince people to come to a small city. Um, will the show be smaller than some of if they played New York City or Chicago or Miami or Dallas or whatever? Probably. Will they have a good time here? Fuck yes. Will they be treated awesome? Fuck yes. Will they be playing to a crowd that's very receptive and appreciative that that band took the time to come to their small city, fuck yes. So that's
Fuck yeah.
really it's there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of DIY that goes into it, and there's a lot of convincing that goes on because not every band can make the call. The band might be like, oh, we'd love to play Little Rock, but then their agent or manager will be like, I don't know if it's worth your time. So there's a lot of convincing, a lot of like letting people know it'll be worth it. I promise. Just trust me, kind of thing. So aside from the logistics of booking a normal fest, I think we got to work like 5 times harder than most. But it ended up coming together pretty sweet. I would
Yeah,
say.
hell yeah. Yeah, it came out. The lineup is fucking awesome.
I love the good balance of like, you know, you have very straight up hardcore bands, but then you have like ass beating death metal bands. They like
Yeah,
they go very hand in hand. I feel like on this lineup, and
Correct.
like there's a great, I feel like mix of older bands too, and then newer bands. There's like a little bit of everything. I
Yes.
feel like, and
Correct.
that's
Correct.
well rounded.
I love that you pointed that out. So we when we booked this last year, we didn't want it to be a grandpa fest, like a lot
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of
Makes sense.
a lot of hardcore fests, like no disrespect, but there's a lot of hardcore fests that turn to the past to try to bring in ticket sales. And we're like, no, fuck that. There's like good bands that exist right now that people need to know about. There's bands that exist now that I would put up against most of the bands in the 2000, early 2000s, some in the 90s. Like there is
Hell yeah.
good shit, exciting shit
It's
that's
popping
happening
right now.
100%. And
Yeah.
I noticed you mentioned the blend of hardcore and metal. So we're in a very interesting time. And you guys are well versed in this shit, so I don't need to explain it to you. But but the fact of the matter is there's a very thin line between hardcore, a lot of like metallic hardcore and metal, death metal. There's a kind of a blurred area. Obviously, there's still, you know, some elitism there's people that will not cross that line. But when you have correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys this week had Frozen Soul and 200 Stab Wounds, correct?
Yep,
Yeah, yeah. We
Judiciary,
just
Tribal
watched it.
Gate.
Judiciary, beautiful, beautiful, all perfect examples here. So these are all bands that like you somebody could make the argument those are metal bands. Somebody could make the argument that those are hardcore bands. And I wouldn't necessarily say that either of those people are wrong. I probably lean more metal on most, except for maybe
Mhm.
Judiciary. But there's such a um crossover there that like people post COVID, especially a lot of the younger people, they don't see a
Yeah.
difference. They just see high energy, hard riffs, and a fucking good time, sick music, and that's what it's all about to me. So
Well,
we're in a beautiful time where there's a balance right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No, no, no. I was gonna say, so we take Brad's little brother. He's 18. We take him
Yes,
to all the
love that.
shows.
Yes,
And
Yeah.
dude, this kid, he doesn't give a fuck what it is. He's out there
that's what's
fucking
up.
having a good time. He, goes to these tiny little hardcore shows that are, free. Basically, you
Yep,
just go
yep.
and fucking go. And then he'll go to like last night, like Frozen Soul, 207s,
Uh
and he's
huh.
having the time of his life. And I've noticed that the younger kids, they're out there, they don't give a fuck. They're just
Uh huh.
they're fucking throwing ass out there. They're just fucking
Let's
going
go. Let's
hard.
go, baby. That's what I love.
As Devin would say, as Devin, or no,
Yeah.
that was Alex from Undeath out there
Yeah,
throwing
let's
ass,
let's
throwing
throw
ass.
ass, dude. Let's throw ass all day. So let me ask you guys. Let's do a round robin if you guys are comfortable with sharing. I've
Yeah,
listened to a lot of podcasts. I don't know. I feel like you guys have touched on this, but I just jogged my memory here. When
Yeah.
did you guys start like really getting involved in going to like shows musically? Is it like at what age generally would you say like was it like 16,
so
18,
right
20,
now,
21, 25?
Mhm.
so me and Brad were the
Eight,
two who like started
17,
going.
18?
We're 17, 18,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
Sure.
started going to like your more like large shows, like, you know,
Yeah,
Slipknot, Lamb of God,
totally, totally.
those types of shows. And then I feel like
I think I was like 19.
I
the
think the
19, he
first
first
might have been
smaller
band,
show
Nice.
we went to
eight,
was Devil
2018.
Driver, Whitechapel.
Yeah,
Yep.
Whitechapel,
Back when they
Carnifex.
weren't as big as they are now.
Totally, totally different band. Yeah, yeah, almost a
I
different
think Fit for an
Yeah,
Autopsy
animal.
opened that one. It's actually
Yeah.
this right here, this
Oh
poster.
Oh, you
shit.
still got it.
Yeah.
Yo, that rocks. That's cool, man. That's cool as fuck.
and
Yes,
and
yes.
but I would say like what got us into hardcore was Code Orange. We went to Code
Okay.
Orange show, and it
Totally.
was like Code Orange
Wild.
Band,
It was the
Twitching
wildest
Tongues.
shit.
Was
Yeah.
it okay? It was the Code Orange Twitching Tongues tour. Yes.
Code Orange,
Yeah.
yeah, Twitching Tongues,
Yes.
Band, and Disembodied.
Oh my god, dude, that's a legendary show, right? Even
Just
now, if you
nuts.
like that would feel a 2,000 cap room right now, and like
A hundred
it's
Oh
percent.
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
crazy. I'm
100%.
sure you probably saw that in what a 300 or a 500 cap room at the most, probably
It was
Tiny
maybe
little
probably
more.
a
I mean,
spot.
400 or 500, and then we
they
just recently saw Twitching Tongues their first time back in the Bay
yes,
Area since that
yes,
tour, and like it was, dude, it was
Wild.
insane.
Just
It like
wild.
that
sure,
that was a
totally.
show where like you like think to yourself like, oh shit, like I'm in a Hate 5 Sick video right now, like
Yeah,
I'm
this is a
living
moment in
this.
history. Yeah, totally, totally.
Yeah,
That rocks.
100%.
That rocks. So yes, okay. So I feel like we're not too far off. I started going to like DIY punk rock shows at like 15 years old, 16, something like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
But like, and then 16, it kind of started to transition into like your more metalcore stuff, which was really popping right here. And then 17, 18 is when I kind of became more of a hardcore kid, but I was aware of like your bigger death metal bands. You know, your Entombed, your
Yeah.
Obituary. They just weren't coming to
Yeah.
Little Rock, so but I was just hungry for music, and so I was going to everything. I'd fucking go see Flogging Molly, Atreyu, 18 Visions, Hawthorne Heights, and I think Trap Them and Trash Talk. And I want to say I saw all
Damn.
those bands within a span of a month. And
That's fucking awesome.
yeah,
That's
so
diverse as fuck.
no shit. Yeah, yeah. So it was a weird time, but I was just like, I was hungry for music. And for a long time, I feel like there was a lot of people who's, oh, my first DIY or, small club show is when I'm 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever, in college. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's cool. But hardcore historically, if you look back at the 80s or whatever, like, is always been kind of a young person's thing. And for a long time, it's been like, hey, my introduction to hardcore is, the year I graduate college or whatever. But after COVID, and I think Hate 5 6 is probably I don't the word blame is not the right word, but
I know what you
but
mean. They
credited.
influenced it.
Yeah, yes, he
Credited.
credited a lot of this
Yeah.
because there's young kids who maybe were in junior high or high school and they had nothing to do. They were virtually learning or whatever. They're sitting at home just browsing the internet and they come across a video and there's just like people just like beating the holy fucking shit out of each other, right?
Dude,
And they're
Yeah.
like,
there's some epic fucking hate 5 6 videos. Just wild. You
a
see people
a
getting
hundred
knocked.
100%. And they see this shit and they're like, yo, I want to be a part of it, but there's no shows happening right now. But when it comes back, I want to be in this lifestyle, whatever it is. I don't know what the fuck this shit is, but this is what I want to do. And I think Knock Loose, your bands like Knock Loose, Turnstile, they really kind of helped. I mean, they're not without saying mainstream, but they're much more well
Yeah,
known. But they're
definitely.
Yeah.
like a gateway band. So you listen to Knock Loose and it's not too far off from your bands like
It's
um
not.
it's not too far off from your bands like we have playing the fest, like Terror, God's Hate, whatever. It's
Yeah.
just a,
Yeah.
a, a few degrees of separation. And so I can see how somebody listening to Knock Loose is like, this is my favorite band. What else sounds like this? And they go into a wormhole. All of a sudden they're listening
Find a
to Terror.
God's hate video.
Exactly. And it changes everything. So now, right now, in Little Rock, we have a very young scene. Like we have a few bands, we have a pre-show that we're probably gonna announce. I don't know when you're posting this video, but we're gonna announce it tomorrow, which is
Yeah.
Saturday.
All right.
It's on Thursday night. It's the three youngest bands in the city right now. That are like, I want to say a couple of, at least one of the bands is like almost exclusively high school age kids or half high school age kids.
No
So
shit.
shout out to Masenko. There's those dudes have been around, or in other bands. This is their new project. But
Okay.
shout out Masenko, Dryer Fire, and Death Rattle are the three locals that are playing. And here's the thing: they fucking rip. They
Okay.
fucking
Mhm.
rule. So if you told me they've been around for 10 years, I'd believe you. Like they kill it. They bring a good crowd. And so we have a lot of kids that are not in bands that are excited for music. We have kids that didn't start going to shows, like they weren't going to shows when Banging in the Rock happened last year, but then they saw
Oh
the
no shit.
videos from 187. They're like, oh, I want to be a part of this, whatever the fuck this is. And now they go to shows, and now they're going to their first Banging in the Rock. Now they're going to their first fest. And so, like, I'm just so happy to, I feel like a lot of this has helped usher in new kids in the community.
Yeah.
And so it's a really cool time right now. I'm sure you guys are seeing like the crowds are getting younger and younger, more excited, everything like
Hmm.
that, probably in your neck of the woods. So it's just an exciting time. I don't think we have a lot of the bullshit that I had to experience in the mid 2000s or the things that happened in the 90s where there's like if you showed up to a hardcore show with a fucking Slipknot shirt on, everyone's going to fucking clown on you and call you a
Yeah,
P.
yeah.
Or if you show up to a combust show with a um Whitechapel shirt on. Like people would clown on you, whatever. Like that's really not so much a thing anymore. I feel like,
Hmm.
or it's
Agreed.
becoming less of a thing. So
Definitely.
people are more accepting, and we're just here to fucking have a good time.
Hmm.
No matter when you started, if your first show was at 28, if your first show was at 14, we're here to fucking party. Let's go. And
Fuck
so
you
yeah. Throw
that's the
ass. We're
energy of
here
the
to
city
throw
right now.
ass.
We are
you
throwing ass. A
you
lot of ass will
saying
be thrown in Little Rock.
you were saying like to the person in the Slipknot shirt getting bullied. Like I remember 10 years ago being on Metal Sucks. Like that's how I would learn about a lot of music. And I'd
Totally,
like
yeah.
comment how I like Slipknot, and then you'd have a bunch of people like
And
they
50 people will
fucking
call you
suck.
fucking
Yeah,
you're a
like
bitch or whatever. Yeah,
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 exactly. They're like, well, why don't you
Well, they're not
listen to this
wrong.
band? Listen, why don't you listen to this band? And I got a lot. I listen to a lot of music that way, getting bullied. So it's funny you say that. I'm like,
yes,
it takes me back where I'm like, you know what? It
totally.
would be cool, like where it's more acceptable. Like, hey, you like this, but you should also try this instead of, hey, you're a
Try this
Correct.
piece of
out.
shit.
Correct. Yes, yes.
Listen to
So
this.
So like I'll see these young kids pop up and they're like, I love Knock Loose. And I'm like, Knock Loose is sick. I would agree. Yeah, Knock Loose is cool. If you like that though, check out Disembodied. They rock. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay. And it's like, yo, Disembodied Knock Loose might not exist if Disembodied wasn't doing it in 97 or 98 or whatever. 2000. I don't know the timeline here, but they
Yeah.
they influence that style, or Zayo or fucking
Yep.
50 other bands that have had like they were doing similar things as Knock Loose is doing now. They just obviously didn't get, they didn't get the clout, the popularity or
Yeah.
whatever that Knock Loose has.
Yeah.
But it's a different time. People,
Hmm.
when we're at a time now where Knock Loose can play Coachella, and that's a band again that's just a few degrees separation from like Terror or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
the lines are blurred, but let's use that to our advantage. Like, let's welcome new kids in. Let's not be dicks. Let's fucking just let's. The bigger the scene is, the better it is for everybody. Bands get paid more. The shows are better. The shows are more fun. It just makes things better all around. So we don't need this fucking clicky gatekeepy bullshit anymore. Like, I get there's totally reasons to fucking push somebody out of a scene, but because they're just learning and trying to be a part of something cool, that let's let them be a part of it. This is for everybody. Let's go.
Yeah.
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 I
Yeah.
love it.
Definitely.
I wanted to touch on. I feel like you touched on it a little bit, but like, who are some of the? Because it's a local festival. You're gonna have your sick local bands. Who are some of the bands that you feel like maybe are a little like slept on in that bill that people should be looking forward
Okay,
to?
cool, 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 cool. Great question, great question. So, as many of you know, anybody who follows me on social media, I love this city. I rep for this scene. I fucking ride hard. I mentioned the three bands that are on the pre-show as
Yep.
being younger bands: Death Rattle, Masenko, and Dryer Fire. And Dryer Fire might be my favorite Little Rock band right now. They're fucking sick. It's
Okay.
more
Fucking A.
it's more punk hardcore. It's like just fast, almost power violency. It's just fast hardcore, but it's fucking angry. And there's nothing I love more than a fucking band that's mad, because
Somebody
that's
pissed
my
off.
shit. That's my shit.
Yeah.
As being a former punk dude, a band that fucking is pissed. Say less. I'm in. But anyway, so obviously shout out those three bands.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
for playing the main fest, we got okay, so the sleeper set, the set that people didn't know much last year, they people like from out of town especially hadn't heard of this band. And then when they saw them live, they blew them away, and I think their live show is much better than the recording. Is Second Life, so they're
Okay.
playing, and I mean when I talk, I mean the whole fucking room piled on to sing along to the songs, and like when shit like that happens, people pay attention. If you ain't from this town, you're like, oh, this is insane. There's 50 people on top of each other trying to get that mic and sing along. This band
Fuck yeah.
matters. This band matters. So like I need to fucking pay attention to them. So Second Life, I think, had one of the breakout sets of last year. They're playing again this year, and they're gonna fucking kill it. I can't. I've got to mention Zashed. So
Okay.
Zashed is from
I've heard of
Cersei,
them.
which is it's a
Yeah.
small Cersei's a small town. So Cersei's about 30 minutes from Little Rock. So they're not
Shout
even
out
a Little
Bryce
Rock
Mitchell.
band. They're
Shout
you
out
what?
Bryce Mitchell, UFC
Bryce
fighter.
UFC.
Bryce Mitchell.
Nice. Yes,
Sorry,
yes,
he's from.
yes, yes. Same town. Yo, okay, but okay, we'll come back to it. Remind me because my ADD is gonna kick in. Plus, I'm pounding beers. That doesn't help my
Yeah,
ADD.
go, go.
But Bryce Mitchell came out. So I think it's been a year and a half ago now. We did a weekend run with Frozen Soul, and Bryce Mitchell came out to our show because there's like this metalhead, this young metalhead that trains at the same gym as him, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to
That's
this metal concert." He's like, "Hey, man, I'll come out too." You know how Bryce talks,
that's awesome.
and and dude, he was fucking there, and somebody got him a Terminal Nation. Or I mean, has he
He
listened to
has
Terminal
Terminal
Nation?
Nation merch. Hold on, he has Terminal Nation merch.
He,
You're telling me
I,
Bryce Mitchell has
I've been
merch?
told he has the Terminal Nation shirt. Now, do I know that he's listened to the band? I cannot confirm or I cannot confirm that.
No, you're not.
He maybe has never listened to us, but he saw that we had a shirt on the merch table that said Arkansas versus everybody. He said, "Fucking A, brother, I gotta have that." And so like like somebody got him the shirt. I don't think he bought it, but somebody bought it for him. He was at the show, whatever. Like he might not have even watched us play, but
Oh,
that's
that
kind of a
is
funny story.
awesome. He
Yes,
might,
I
hey,
think
hey, Bryce Mitchell might be farming in a Terminal Nation shirt that says
you know what? I'm
Arkansas
gonna tell
versus
that
everybody.
motherfucker, tag him and tell him to come to Banging the Rock on the fucking Instagram.
I
Yeah,
will.
Tell him we'll
100%.
I'll put him on the guest list if he shows up. But
Fucking
anyway,
A.
so without without deterring too much, like, dude, when people caught wind of this, they're like, you guys got to have him. You guys get Termination's got to do cognitive dissonance as your fucking as his fight intro music, and I was like, I would love that, but I don't know who the fuck to talk to make that happen. Um,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Do I
people
just show up at
tried,
his
people
fucking
tried.
farm or what?
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yo, tag Dana White in this fucking song or whatever. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Hey, we
Um,
had a quick second.
Shit.
We had a
please.
Oh,
UFC fighter on. His name is Victor Henry.
Victor Henry.
Victor
Shout out Victor
Henry.
Henry.
He cut. The reason we got him on the show is because he comes out to a goat horse song, and he said that the UFC hit him up and was like, "Yo, like, what's this goat whore like?" And then
Yeah,
he's like, no, like you guys put
You
on
got
music
rap
all the
shit.
time that's about drugs
yeah,
and like
totally,
derogatory towards women. All mine doesn't even have a single curse word in it. He's like, it's
totally.
just by a band called Goat Whore. And then he mic dropped him, and they've been letting him come out to Goat Whore since. So I was like,
Whoa.
Hell
Okay, I didn't know that.
yeah.
I'm not a UFC
Yeah.
guy. I mean, I'm like, I'm familiar from afar. I'm
yeah,
adjacent with
Yeah.
some of the
Yeah.
names. Obviously, I know Bryce because he's from here. Um, but I believe $20 spin was like, I don't know how I can make this happen, but I'll try to put a word out there because we've been in like we've had our albums randomly pop up in like movies or TV shows or whatever, like
mm-hmm.
indie films and stuff like that. So like him coming out to our music, I don't like. That would be fucking badass. But I
Dude,
think
hey,
David
about a
20 bucks
guy's
spin.
about to go to war to your music. I mean, that's the ultimate compliment.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. I'm not gonna lie. We write harder intro music songs than a lot of fucking UFC fighters come out to. I will that I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but I mean, a lot of death metal bands can make
Shout
that
out
claim.
curators
Hardcore
of
bands.
brutality. Hey, when I'm on my way to work and I had like 5 hours of sleep, I need like 8 hours to survive. I've had 5 hours of throw on curators, and I'm
Let's go.
fucking
That's another
belting
one,
it on the way to
brother.
work.
We almost have a dude. I mean, it's different from USC, but a guy. He's a local guy, and I think he's in New Japan. But he asked us about New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you guys are familiar with wrestling, even on a surface level,
Yeah.
that's like the Japanese WWE or whatever. And he's like,
Okay.
"Yo, I want this to be my intro song." We're like,
Take it. Do
let's
it,
figure
bro.
this
Do
out.
it.
Let's figure it out, dude. You
Yeah.
tell me what we need to do. I don't know. Nobody's ever asked me this before. I don't know. I'll just send you the MP3. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do this. Whatever. Um. anyway. So back on track. Back on track. So
Yeah,
Zash,
yeah,
shout out Searcy, Arkansas.
yeah. Shout out.
But it's a small town. They got nothing there, so they got nothing but time to just write sick riffs. They're all young. I think at least one is in high school. Everyone else might be.
I've heard Zashed. I heard their
Okay,
last
cool.
release. They're fucking great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very knock loose adjacent. Like you can
Okay.
tell
Yeah, yeah.
that's the reverberation of the knock loose existing in this world, is that bands like that, pop up. But they're killing it. They're fucking, and they're all like new. They're all young. They're not trying to be cooler than what they are. Nobody's acting like, oh, I've been here longer. I know this band, that band. They're just here to do their thing, and I fucking love that. They have great energy. They are going to fucking kill it. They might be opening up one of
Okay.
the days. And so Zash is playing. We got Kill Order. Have you guys heard this band? Familiar at all?
I have
I
not
can't say
heard
I've
Kill
heard of
Order.
Okay,
it.
cool. It's even better. So it's very like Marauder,
Oh,
Dead End Path
done.
Hell yeah,
adjacent.
done.
So just like metallic, hardcore with hard mosh parts.
Okay.
So they're playing. Shit. What's the other locals we got? We got other locals. I'm drawing a blank here. I might need to pull up the flyer. Fuck me.
You know what? The Little Rock band that I fuck with is obviously besides your band and Morbid
Morbid.
Visions is I fuck with Primitive Rage.
Okay, so
I'm I
I love that you said that they're a Little Rock band, because they're not.
they're
They're
not
from
fuck. All
No
no,
right.
shit.
they're from Missouri. They're from 3 hours north of here.
Missouri.
But that's even better. They're from Springfield, Missouri, in the beautiful Ozark Mountains. So like,
Okay.
but these are like scenes that are underrepresented. Yo, we played there. We headlined a show 2 years ago or
I
a year
bet
and a
you it
half
was
ago.
wild. People
It
love
was
that you come around
fucking
there, huh? People are so
a
grateful.
hundred fucking people in a like just showed up on a fucking Tuesday. Fucking showing out on a Tuesday. I love it. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Primitive Rage Rock. Shout out Primitive Rage. Another Arkansas band, Held Tight. They're from three
Okay.
hours north of Little Rock. A little bit more groovy, I think. So similar to like Terror. There's a lot more like catchy parts and stuff like that. They're fucking killing it. I believe they're a three-piece. So like the vocalist
Okay.
plays guitar, whatever, and that's not something you see in a lot of hardcore bands. But they're
Yeah.
fucking awesome. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
A little more punk influenced, but they're killing it. So like Arkansas is just slaying it with bands right now. Obviously, so Terminal Nation is playing. If you
Yep.
guys haven't
Hell yeah.
heard,
Oh
check out
man,
Terminal
hey,
Nation.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I can't think about nothing else but fucking Terminal going out there. Yeah, I'm ready for
Let's
you
go.
guys
We
to
practiced
play.
earlier today. It's gonna be a war zone. We're playing a
All
new
right.
song. I'll say it here. I don't know that it's been announced yet, but I don't know if I'm supposed to say it. But we got a new album coming out April 20th on 20 Buck Spin. April 2420. Fucking
He's getting married April
I'm
20th.
getting
let's
He's
married
go.
getting
Let's
April
go.
married.
Let's go.
2024. Hell
Play
yeah.
it at the wedding. I'll replay your wedding. It's fine. No, you don't even have to ask. Uh,
Done.
but no, yeah. So April, I believe it's April 20th. Is when the album's slated to come out. I'm so excited. We have some guest vocalists on there that have
Oh yeah.
influenced me throughout the years. So like, it's kind of cool to be like, hey, you influenced me and like inspired me to play this style of music. Will you sing on my album? And they're like, yeah, I'm already a fan of you guys. So like, that's cool to hear.
Oh, I
So
bet you that's the craziest feeling right there.
dude, it makes me want to vomit when I hear it. But anyway. So in a good way, in a good way, in a good way.
In the
But
best of ways, yeah.
so and Morbid Visions is playing. We talked about a little bit earlier. They're on Maggot Stomp, just fucking crushing it. They're on tour right now, actually, as we speak. On tour with Primitive Rage,
Yep.
and No
No
Cure.
Cure.
No,
Yep.
yeah, from
Hey,
Alabama. Who
I want
is,
one of those camo hats that they've
dude?
got. Those are some sick hats,
Oh
Morbid
Are you
Visions
talking
has.
man.
Morbid Visions or No Cure? Who are we talking
Morbid
about?
Visions.
Okay, so are you guys familiar with No Cure,
Oh
Oh my
hell
god,
yeah!
they were my
So
number one
dude?
album
last year.
last year.
Yeah,
Last year
last
they're
year.
my number one album. Oh my gosh, it's hard.
So it's so heavy, but for whatever reason, like there's a young crop of kids that has gravitated to it. It's almost, in my opinion, it's too heavy for it to be as popular as it is. Um, but
Dude,
but it
100%. It's
but
so hard.
In the South, that band is fucking. They're like gods, dude. So I'm excited for them to play Little Rock. It's gonna be so fun. Again, not our Arkansas band, but the South is overlooked. They're from Alabama. Nobody gives a fuck about Alabama. No disrespect to Alabama, but like
Don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
straight, yeah, roll tide, brother. Hell yeah. No, I'm not a Bama fan, but I can give a shit less. Who cares? Whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
but No Cure is like holding it down for their scene, for their city, for their state, and they are fucking destroying. So I'm excited to have them. Ozone is a band from Dallas, Texas. Um, they've been around for a while. I'm just shouting out random bands at this point from the South, but we
Yeah.
wanted to pick a
Hell
lot
yeah.
of bands that are not necessarily recognized on your larger hardcore metal fest or whatever. You know, like Maul. Maul has blown up a lot, but
We
Yes.
love them all.
Oh
they were
man. Shout
oh
out Garrett. Shout out Lamb. Those are the homies. We've had them both on. They're the fucking best.
dude, Maul, maybe the most beautiful fucking death metal band out there. Hide your girlfriends if they fucking play your town.
Yeah.
That band is fucking incredible, man. I love those guys to death. I'm so stoked because I don't know how much you know about Maul, but the cool thing
Oh,
was we make this joke all the time that they might as well be a Little Rock band. So they played here, I think, 3 times, right?
Okay.
oh shit.
This
They're honorary members.
So we've
Honorary
told them at this
residents.
point, you guys are Little Rock bands. You guys are a Little Rock band. It's fine. But the thing is, like, so there's bands, a lot of bands that have played here 3 times or more. That's not a big deal. This band has played here 3 times, and fucking when I say at Bangin in the Rock last year during Fuming Mouth, during Zabalba, these guys were whooping ass. These guys were doing fucking front flips off the stage, going crazy. It's not often that you see a band that's in the middle of like a 2 week tour, or you're tired, your body hurts, you're exhausted, dehydrated, and you're at a fest. Normally you're just chilling, kicking back, waiting to play. No, these motherfuckers went hard all weekend. I went to their van. They're like, let's fucking smoke. Let's fucking drink. I went to their van. There's a fucking pallet of beer. I was like, you guys are fucking maniacs. What are you doing? They're like, dude, hang on.
we
We're packing a bowl. I was like, dude, you're
well
gonna die before this weekend's over. And they fucking
well,
they stole the show last year. I think they were the band that people knew the least about that blew everyone's mind.
oh
So
man. They are such a great fucking
They're
band. Their
they're
last
one of the
album.
bands that I circled. I was like, all right, we already decided we're gonna go to Bangin before even the lineup was
cool,
announced.
beautiful,
But like,
love that.
Ball was one that I was like, all right, that's circled. God's Hate was like the biggest one where it's like, dude, I need to
Okay,
see
cool,
God's
cool, cool,
Hate,
cool, cool, cool.
and then
It was so
Outer
hard to
Heaven.
get that.
That was the other one.
What was the last one?
Outer Heaven.
Yes, 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 yes. So I was advocating for Outer Heaven early on, and when I say that, I was like, dude, they're from fucking like Philly. It's gonna be hard to get them to fly in. Blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. Let's just give it a shot. Dude, they like easygoing guys. Have they been on the podcast? Anyone in that band?
Not yet.
No.
Not
Get them,
yet.
get them, get them, get them. I think they're down. They seem like down ass fools, but dude, we hit them up and they're like, yeah, whatever, and we're in. Yeah, well, just bring us out there. We're good. And I was like, okay, let's fuck yes. I love bands that are easy to work with. Like, there's no fucking red tape, no bullshit, no like what time do we play? When do we play? How long of a set time? Who else is playing? But they're just like, oh, you're gonna fly us out to Arkansas? We're in. So yes, more bands like that. That shit rocks. Um, so yes, Outer Heaven, do not miss that set. How about Skeletal Remains? You guys fuck with
Skeletal
Skeletal Remains?
Remains is sick. I love
Yes,
them.
yes, yes. I'm
Haven't
excited to
seen them yet, so
Oh, no
excited to
shit.
knock
Okay,
them
okay,
off.
cool. Cool, cool, cool. So they're from California, I believe, but more Southern California, unless I'm
Correct.
mistaken. Okay. So yeah, I've heard people. It's all Hispanic dudes. I've heard people refer to them as Fubituary, which I think is the sickest. If they don't make that into a shirt, it's a lost opportunity. Um, but yeah, so I'm excited for Outer Heaven. I'm excited for Skeletal Remains. I think I've shouted out all the Arkansas bands. There might be Arkansas band that I'm forgetting, but understand I'm like 7 beers deep singing fucking karaoke right before I jumped on here. So I'm not at 100%, but I'm just putting on like this is gonna be a good fest. We're very close to a lot of cities. Driving distance from St. Louis, Springfield, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, New Orleans, Indianapolis, Chicago, fucking Alabama, anywhere in Alabama, fucking Mississippi, Tennessee, Memphis, Nashville. You're all within driving distance. So you motherfuckers come out. Anybody from those areas, come out. It's driving distance. It's well worth your money. Like, I'll do a quick plug. We got fucking
Go
Terror.
ahead, please.
We got Integrity. We got God's Hate. We got All Out War doing a 25-year anniversary special set for the album For Those Who Were Crucified, which came out on Victory Records. One of the most
Sick.
important and influential albums of the 90s. Almost all of your fucking favorite bands out today have been
Hmm.
influenced by that album right there. An hour's worth of just ass beating fucking riffs. You can't go wrong with that. Like I'm telling you, that album changed the
Mutilatred.
game. Mutilatred,
Oh,
we have Orthodox bringing a little bit of that like new metal kind of flavor if you're into that. There's
Yeah.
something for everybody here. Combust from New York doing that New York hardcore, more like Cro-Mags, Sick of It All style shit. Um, we got Ozone doing that almost. They're like No Warning, similar to No Warning. It's like snottier, punkier, hardcore, but with hard mosh parts. Just, I mean, I could go on and on. Gates to Hell, who is about to be the one of the biggest bands in metal by this
Agreed.
time next year. I promise
oh
you, they will
man,
be.
love Gates to Hell.
They
They're
will be one.
badass.
They are gonna be gigantic. Very,
Machine
very,
Head
very
tour,
soon.
dude. They got a Machine
You
Head tour.
Dude, did
Come
they? Did they?
on.
Wow, good for those. Love those
It's
guys.
it's it's Machine Head, uh, Machine Head. Who is it? Fear Factory and
Oh,
there's one other Orbit Culture. I'm like, dude, that's a pretty sick bill. Like, good mix of bands, old and new. All right.
yeah,
Gates
good
to
for
Hell.
them.
The singer looks like he is actually in pain as he's fucking.
Yeah, Ryan.
It
Yes,
is
he's a
wild,
maniac.
dude.
He's a maniac.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
yes.
nuts.
Same thing with Garrett from Mall. Like when you see that dude, he looks like the devil is fucking inside of him. Like he looks
I
evil.
love
He
that.
looks possessed, man. It's cool. Those are two great frontmen without like being over the top, like crazy showmanship. Like even just their facial expressions, they look like they're having a bad time. And I love music made by motherfuckers who've had a bad time. The best music is
Yeah.
written by motherfuckers who've lived a hard life and fucking are in pain. It is what it is.
I mean,
Yeah.
and Garrett is a wrestler. He knows pain. That motherfucker knows
He
pain.
knows pain. I saw one of his death matches at Necrofest in
Oh,
person when we played
dude.
with him. It was fucking insane, man. Like going through glass and then getting salt poured on his wounds. I was like, dude, this guy's a
Literally,
fucking
that's a
lunatic.
nightmare. Salt being poured in your wounds is an expression. It's an expression.
Yes, for sure. It's fucking yeah. It's like I was like, don't they do that shit like to prisoners of war and fucking torture? Like, dude, you're a fucking and the craziest thing is they were doing like a fucking 60-day tour, and he did that fucking death match on like day 34 of the tour. So it's not like, oh, this is the last day. Let me fucking destroy my body. Fuck it, because I can relax. No, they had a show like They had 2 days off, so he was just sliced up. His body was in pain. I remember this motherfucker walked right to the van, just lit because we were trying to go to the bar and drink, and we were like, "Yo, Gary, you good?" And he was like, "No," and he was like laying there with his fucking head down. I was like, "Dude, he's bleeding everywhere." I was like, "This guy is a fucking crazy person." So shout out, I
Nut.
love Paul. Shout out to those guys. Garrett is fucking. There's not a frontman alive right now that's fucking maybe as crazy as him. I would hold him up to almost anybody, any current band. Um, who else we got here? Help me out. Oh, how
Dude,
could I forget?
Enforced.
in
Wait, you have
sports.
two you have two wrestlers. You've got God's Hate at Bangin. I just realized.
For sure.
You
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
Brody.
I'm gonna have a fucking security guard fucking to hold people away from taking pictures from him because
Yeah,
he's a
you
fucking
are.
legit fucking
He's a
a
legit
legitimate
wrestler.
celebrity. Yes, yes, yes. Um, so like I'm so glad that worked out. And I'll if you guys want me to get into the story about that, I think it's a very good
Please.
story
Yeah.
about Banging the Rock. So like we had a pretty solid lineup. Let me shout out another band that I think is unique. I wish I could shout out every band. Um, but so World I Hate, are you guys familiar?
I have heard World I Hate, yes.
I
Okay.
have not. I need to.
So it's they're bringing back a style of hardcore from the mid 2000s. So the mid 2000s, mid to late 2000s, there was a lot of dog shit. It was a lot of melodic hardcore, a lot of like just not shit that I'm into. I mean, if that's your style, that good more power to you. But there was a lot of dog shit. But there was some bands like Ceremony, like Trash Talk, like almost Bear Trap, like almost power violence adjacent, like almost grindcore style hardcore. Weekend Nachos was another
Yeah.
band that came out of this era
Hmm.
that was like, hey, we're gonna do something totally different than this like soft shit. Like we're not here. We don't make hardcore music to fucking cry about. We make hardcore music because we're fucking mad at the world and we like breaking bottles and fucking kicking ass. So that World I Hate is a throwback to that era. I think we're just fast hard. It's like start stop fast hardcore, just like angry vocals that are very organic. So it's not just like the motherfucker doesn't sound like a machine on the recording. He sounds like a dude screaming in a bar fight. And I love a motherfucker who sounds real on recording. And in person, Hal is a singer. That dude has been busting his ass in his local scenes for years. He used to live in Springfield, Illinois, or Springfield, Missouri. He now lives in Milwaukee, I believe. But he's been booking shows. He's been playing in awesome bands for fucking over a decade that never get any recognition. And he's in World I Hate, which shares members with Judiciary.
Okay.
And he's finally in a band that's actually getting some respect and some recognition. So World I Hate is a band that people is going to catch people off guard, but I think we'll have a sleeper. Like pe- people won't expect it, but they will have one of the fucking. I'm putting money on it now. They will have one of the fucking hottest sets of the weekend. I think. I think people
Fuck yeah.
aren't
I'm
ready for
excited.
what they're going to bring. So I just want to shout out like some of the lesser known
Yeah.
bands. Obviously, we have your Judiciary, All Out War doing that special set. Integrity for the first time in Arkansas ever. God's Hate, Terror, and like,
Terror. Yeah.
dude, I mentioned a lot of shit earlier about how it's hard to get bands to come to Arkansas, and like, we tried to get Terror, Harm's Way, God's Hate, for a while, and it just wasn't happening, wasn't clicking, blah 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 blah. So like, dude, we were like 3 days away from when we were supposed to announce, and at that point, our headliners were looking like, I think we had Integrity, Judiciary, and I think that's it, man. In terms of like headlining caliber bands, which both those bands are fucking awesome, but we really wanted to blow it out of the park. And we had made offers months ago to some like Terror, Harm's Way, all those bands. And I don't know if people just didn't take Little Rock seriously, whatever happened. But like a couple days before, we were like, dude, we're just gonna fucking start throwing Hail Marys. Evan from Morbid Vision, shout out. He sealed the deal on God's Hate the Wednesday before we announced, which we announced on a Friday morning. So like
uh,
less than 48 hours before he sealed God's Hate at midnight on Wednesday. So pretty much
it's like when
Thursday.
the
So
Apollo landed. It's
dude,
like when the fucking spaceship landed. Everybody's just like, oh shit.
oh, you think that's crazy? So he locked it. So I locked in All Out War months in advance. So that was cool. But we got God's Hate. I was like, okay, good. We got a fest. Don't worry about it. I wish we had gotten Terror. I wish we had gotten Harm's Way. But it's fine. We got God's Hate. We got All Out War. We got Judiciary. We got Integrity. I'm fucking feeling good. We got a great fest. Way to go, boys. And Thursday, the day before we announced, we get the call from the agent, and he was like, "Hey, is this offer for Harm's Way and Terror still good?" And I was like, "Not a chance, brother. We've already booked the fest is full. I wish I could say yes, but I don't think we have. I don't think it's feasible right now. Like time's up. We
Yeah.
put a expiration on these offers like weeks ago, months ago, whatever, and like, we scrambled and we got the one headliner for Friday we needed a headliner band for Friday, and we got it, and that's God's hate. So sorry, you missed your window. And he was like, well, let's try to work this out. And I was like, dude, I don't know that we can work it out, brother. I'm not a
We're
fucking
kind of
millionaire.
full.
We're at max capacity. That we have too many bands as it is. There's nothing to work out. And he was like, well, just hear me out. And so I had to call the guys, and I was like, here's the deal. We announced in 24 hours, and they're saying they want to play now. And I was like, fuck. I don't want to say no to Harm's Way and Terror. This is a huge gamble for us. We have a good fest as it is. I I think we have to say no. And everyone's like, yeah, I think we have to say no. And then we sat on it, we let it digest for a little bit, and we're like, let's fucking go. Fuck it, let's
Yeah,
fucking go.
fuck it. Let's
So the night before we announced, we just say, okay,
Oh
we're
shit.
in. And it was like phone call after phone call, and we already promised the headlining spot to God's Hate. So the thing, I don't know if you guys know Evan, but he's this pretty small dude. Like, it's probably hard to tell in the podcast. He's a shorter guy, but Evan sealed the deal with God's Hate, but he
Hey.
promised them the headlining spot. And so Terror has to headline on Friday. Obviously, Terror's the bigger band. I think that makes more sense. So Evan has the unfortunate duty to be like, hey man, you gotta call Brody King and tell him, hey, I know we promised you the headlining spot,
Oh
but
god.
you can't headline anymore.
You
so,
gotta call
so,
this monster.
so Evan has to call Brody King. I don't know how he was like Brody King. From what I understand, obviously if you guys watch AEW, the dude is a fucking scary beast. If you guys seen God's Hate videos, seen him
Terrifying.
live, he's a fucking dude. He's a fucking monster.
My
But
favorite. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
you know what? I don't want to expose the business. So as much as I want to, Brody King was a sweetheart to Evan, but
Yeah.
we'll just say, not to ruin his reputation, dude. He fucking took Evan and slammed him through a table, and he's like, okay, fine, we'll play before Terror. That's the real story.
That's the
Um,
stiff right there. He's got to go through a table like a Buffalo fan.
yo, somebody's going through a table. I feel like it's almost bound to happen. Um. So yeah, we locked in God's Hate less than 48 hours before announcement, and then the night before, Terror and Harm's Way were like, and I think there was just a lot of red tape with talking to agent, talking to other manager, band agent, and then they just forgot about it. Shit happens, but then they heard like, oh, in Little Rock, motherfuckers are making shit happen. Let's be a part of it. And I was like, fuck, I don't know if we can do it. And then we're like, fuck it, we'll figure it out. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So we locked in Harm's Way the night before, and then Terror was like, we're in. And then they were like, well, we might have an obligation, actually. I think we spoke too soon. Fuck! Okay, cool. Well, we got Harm's Way. That's fine. It would be cool if we had Terror, no big deal. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if we can't guarantee tonight. Could you guys push the announcement off? I was like, no, we can't push the announcement off. It's late as it is, And they were like, give us a week and we can figure out whether we can't wait a week for a yes or no answer. If it was announced in a week and it's for sure, maybe we would consider it, but we couldn't do it. So we were like, all right, we made the flyer, didn't have Terror on it, Integrity, God's Hate, All Out War, Judiciary, Harm's Way. Great fucking solid top lineup. And then 1 hour before announcement, their agent texts Evan and is like, Terror's in. And we're like, oh
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Oh fuck, what have we got ourselves into? Let's go, boys, let's go. And so we're like, change the flyer, change the flyer, change the flyer, change the ticket link, change everything. Fucking Terror's the headliner on Friday. Let's go. So yeah, that's how it happened. We literally booked Terror maybe 53 minutes before we announced the fest.
Oh,
It was
that's fucking nail biting.
it was crazy. So that I want to say that this is the first time the story has been told out in public. So,
Sick.
fucking metal makes me high exclusive. But yeah, it all
Fucking
worked
A.
out. It all worked out. Here's the thing: we want to put Little Rock on the map. We want to do cool shit for the city. We just like sometimes you have to take risks. Sometimes you have to take chances. Sometimes you just fucking say yes when maybe the fucking angel on your shoulder is saying, say no. But the devil's like, dude, it's fucking Terror. Go out there and fucking spin kick motherfuckers, stage dive. Who gives a shit? Scott Vogel, let's fucking go. Stick together. Let's fucking do it. So the fucking devil spoke louder. We got terror. We got God's hate. We got integrity. We got judiciary. We got all out war. We got no business booking some shit like this in Little Rock, but we did it. So if your ass ain't
Hey,
there, you're a fucking clown. Let's go.
that shit's
I
gonna be
will.
banging.
It's gonna be banging indeed. Let me ask you one quick thing too. Can you shout out a couple places to eat out in Arkansas?
Let's
What's
do
Yeah,
it.
the
Let's
we
do it.
need spots, bro. We're going out there fucking blind, bro. We have no
I love
idea. We
this. I
need
love
the
this.
spots.
When you guys coming into town? Friday,
Thursday.
Thursday?
Thursday?
Thursday.
Okay, cool. If you guys get a chance that pre-show, fucking make it through. Hit me up
Oh yeah,
at
hell yeah.
after the chat,
We ain't
message
got
me,
nothing
whatever.
going
I'll give you
on.
details. Well, I think
Yeah.
we're announcing it tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. You know, fuck all that place. So okay. So I'll say that the Rev Room, shit, excuse me, the Rev Room in here in Little Rock is kind of Little Rock's a tiny city, tiny city, but it's kind of in the middle of. It's funny actually. It's on President Clinton Avenue. That's the name of the street that it's on. Um, but but because he's from here, Bill Clinton's from here, so it's like
That's
Yeah.
okay.
awesome.
So
That's
people think I'm
awesome.
make so people think I'm making it up when I'm like, yeah, everything happens on President Clinton Avenue. Like all the dirtiest things happen on President Clinton Avenue, dude.
Yeah.
All the
Oh,
craziest
what a
shit.
coincidence.
Yeah.
They think it's the
So
new day, and it's literally President Clinton Avenue.
it's fuck. So he has like there's a President Clinton. I mean, it's Arkansas. We ain't got a lot of fucking well-known celebrities from here. So the motherfucker has a museum at the end of the street or whatever. It's the
That's
Clinton
awesome.
Library. It's actually hilarious. If you guys get a chance to drive by it or look at it, it looks
I
like a
might go
double wide.
check it out. I might go
It's a
check.
library, but they do like it's more of a museum than a library, but it's called a library. But President Clinton, it's called the Clinton Library, and it looks like a double wide trailer that it extends over the Arkansas River. So it could not be more fucking funnier. It could not be more Arkansas. I shit you not. Google the Clinton Library and tell me it doesn't look like a double wide trailer over the Arkansas River. After we get off the call here. Anyway, right right next to so what are you guys into? Are you guys like craft beer dudes? Do you guys want burgers? Do you guys
Everything,
want
brother.
vegan food? Fried
No,
chicken?
we're
What's
cool. We're cool
Hey,
for
we're from
vegan and
California, but we're not vegan, Stan.
okay, respect. I was gonna say, yo, we have a vegan spot here. There's a lot of vegan bands playing. It's okay, this is fucking hilarious. I'll sidetrack just for a brief
that's
moment.
fun.
But the first announcement we announced no cure mutually okay. Let's talk about mutually assured destruction. So let's sidetrack from the
Yep.
sidetrack. Have you guys heard of mutually assured destruction?
Yeah, and I know Ace.
Yes.
Oh, you
We
know
see
Ace.
him at a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, we see him at a lot of our California
Okay.
shows.
So how do you guys feel about that band?
So for
I know
reference,
him. I
a
haven't heard
lot
them.
of the bands that I've checked out are from his. He made a playlist, a Bangin' In the Rock playlist that
Beautiful. Hell
I've
yeah.
heard. So I like it because I was trying to describe it to Ramon how it's like crowbar-ish, but like more like southern rock too.
Dude,
Like
yes. It's like Crowbar meets Alice in Chains meets Life of Agony meets, Twitching Tongues. So it's
yeah, I
got
It
like
sounds
hard
it.
like a
mosh
great
parts.
Sunday band. It's a good Sunday band.
Oh, dude, it rules. And we played
Yeah,
with them with
fuck yeah.
Suffocation in Florida like about a month or so ago when we
Okay,
did that
yeah,
Dead Heat
neck
run.
rock.
Yes, and so it's always interesting because you hear dudes who have come from the world of hardcore doing like more of your I don't want to say butt rock singing because that sounds disrespectful, but more of not new metal singing, but you know what I mean,
Yeah,
I
like a
know
different
exactly what you're talking
vibe.
about.
And you're like this motherfucker, can he really pull off on the album live? Can he really pull it off live? He pulls it off live very well. They're
No
fucking
shit.
sick. They're
I gotta check
fucking
them out live.
sick.
I'm
Can't wait.
Um,
excited. Yeah.
so I mean, they bring those Alice in Chains riffs with some heavy mosh parts. It's fucking awesome. It's very Richmond. It's like I could see this being played on a fucking NASCAR commercial. Like fucking Randy
Fuck
Blythe
yeah.
is on. He does a guest vocal track on the album. So like it
Oh, that's
like
awesome.
they're all about like their region of where they're at. It sounds like a band from Richmond is what it sounds like fucking NASCAR music. So
It
it
does.
rocks.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Anyway, sidetrack off a sidetrack. But when we announced the first, back to the first sidetrack, when we announced the first lineup, the teaser lineup, we had Judiciary. I think a lot of straight edge guys. We had No Cure, which is a straight edge band. We had Mutually Assured Destruction, which has some straight edge guys, and somebody was like, "Yo, you guys booked a straight edge fest," and I was like, brother, we didn't book a straight edge fest. Just wait till the next lineup. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers doing drugs. I promise you that. Uh, but
We
anyway,
may or may not be supplying some green.
yeah, I don't know
I
shit
should.
about fuck
We
or
may or
whatever,
may
but
not.
whatever. The weed, hey, I'll say the weed out here ain't like it is in Cali. That's
Oh,
I
that's why we
promise you.
gotta come stocked, brother. We're used to
Yeah.
good shit.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
come stock.
Allegedly, hypothetically,
Yeah.
fucking the words I'm currently speaking are not endorsed by my employer. Whatever disclaimer I need to have. But anyway, so yeah, the weed out here is not California weed. I'll just heads up. So you might need to double down if you partake hypothetically. But places to eat. So if you guys fuck with barbecue, we have a local franchise called Whole Hog. Whole Hog Cafe. They fucking win the fucking barbecue championship every year. It's fucking
Done.
awesome. There's a Dizzy's Grill in walking distance from the Rev Room. That it's I believe it's Dizzy's. It's Greek food, but I think, and I could be wrong. Don't. So little known fact about Arkansas is cheese dip, queso, whatever people call it was invented in Arkansas. No bullshit.
Wait, so you got the OG shit over there?
Yes. So Dizzy's yes, Dizzy's Greek Bistro is the fucking cheese dip winner every year at the fucking cheese dip competition in Arkansas. That's walking distance from the Rev Room.
I'm getting a
Lit-
euro and some cheese dip. Are you kidding
there you
me?
go. Yeah. It's a little bit upscale, but when I say
I
upscale,
don't.
I'm talking upscale off of President Clinton Avenue. So you guys are in California. These prices are not California prices. So when I talk upscale, I'm talking like probably a little bit above California McDonald's. But
I don't see
but
Oh, that's we have. We'll have a question: is how are the arches in Arkansas?
it's fine. It's whatever, dude. It's the same McDonald's everywhere. The motherfuckers don't give a shit. You put in the order. Yeah, I got the app. And number is 7538. And they're like, oh, the motherfucker with a fillet of fish with mac sauce. You sick as hell, bro. And I pull up to the window and they're like, this guy looked like a fat Roman Reigns. He had the double fish fillet. And it's like they just hand me the shit. They don't give a fuck, but it tastes good. I am a McDonald's apologist. I don't give a fuck.
I am too.
All right, let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
Hey,
But
Hey,
yes,
order
there's a
that 2A
McDonald's.
because it's your. Go
There's
We're
a
ahead.
gonna hit
McDonald's close
Waffle
by,
House too, right?
but
There's the
if
Waffle House.
they're oh my god, you guys don't have Waffle House in California.
No, we're
We
gonna
we
do
Dude, I
want to
Waffle
order.
House.
I've never been to Waffle House.
oh fuck,
I
dude.
want to go to
All
Zaxby's,
right,
bro.
dude. Zaxby's rules.
Hold on.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys are fast food, if fuck with fast food, Zaxby's kicks ass for chicken finger and wings. Fast food, Zaxby's rocks. We have a
I gotta know
local fast.
about
So,
Waffle House. Waffle House. I want to hear more about.
okay, so Waffle House it's hard to put into words. I mean, it's a place of magic when you walk in. Literally, you walk in and it's just fucking rednecks, gangbangers, politicians, everybody getting along until somebody says something wrong and then everybody's fighting. It's great. When the cook is out, you pull up, the cook is outside and he's fucking smoking his fucking cigarette and he's letting that ash just fall over his fucking beard. He don't give a fuck, dude. He's got a face tattoo of an area code
I
right here,
love it so
and it ain't,
much.
and it ain't even this area code. It's a area. The area code is wrong. It's backwards. The motherfucker who did the tattoo is looking in a mirror. It's but like Waffle House is the trashiest food. It's the trashiest establishment, like bar none. Like I've seen some crazy shit happen in Waffle House. I've seen guns pulled in Waffle House. I've seen fucking people fist fight in Waffle House, fight the employees, and you never fight an employee in Waffle House. Yeah, I'd fight
Never
the
throw
employees
down.
at brother,
They've got.
brother. Listen to me. I'd fight the employees at the Pentagon before I fight the employees at the Waffle House. These motherfuckers are built different. Are built different. I actually was joking with my wife. I was trying to be funny. Yesterday we were driving, we were leaving the in-laws house, and I was like, damn, the Waffle House parking lot is full on a Thanksgiving. I was like, it's sad, man. These people aren't with their families, eating with their families, but instead they came to Waffle House to fucking fight people. But yes, the rumors you hear about Waffle House are true to an extent. The food is fucking phenomenal. You can get hash browns. I mean, they have like code words for everything. I go in there, I say, let me get my hash browns covered, smothered, chunked, and capped. That means they fucking fry them, they throw cheese on them, they throw mushrooms on them, they throw jalapenos on them, and they throw ham on it. That's
I
what
mean,
they,
that sounds like my dream.
dude. I think there's an Unsane song called covered, smothered, chunked, and capped. Maybe it's not that. It's a little bit different. That's my personal order. But it's like if Denny's just got out on parole for a life in prison sentence. So that's basically what it is. Waffle House rocks. 24
I
hours.
love it.
Like you walk in there, they close off half the thing, and you're like, or they you walk in there like the lobby's full, and you're like, well, I see 15 open tables. They're like, yeah, we don't have time to fucking be serving everybody. Go on to fucking McDonald's. And so like they don't give a fuck at Waffle House, dude. They don't give a fuck. So shout out Waffle House. If you've never experienced Waffle House, sounds like you guys haven't. You have to do it.
We're going,
It
dude.
rocks.
I'm
It rocks. It
definitely
rocks.
going.
There's one less than 10 minutes between the venue and there's one less than 10 minutes from the venue. So and it's the
All right,
best one. That's where all the shit goes down. So
all right, we'll be there.
yeah. Um Other food spots. So Whole Hog is a good barbecue spot. Sims Barbecue, great barbecue spot. Um there's a David's Burgers, which is basically like In and Out, but if In and Out was ran by a motherfucker who didn't give a fuck about losing money, so he made burgers that were the size of fucking, you know, uh, footballs,
my head,
whatever.
my head.
Exactly. So David's Burgers rocks. Everything's cooked to order. It like unlike fast food. So you walk in and it's like walking into a butcher shop and it's a fast food restaurant. You walk in and there's just meat laid out. There's a glass counter of meat and you say, "Can I have that as my burger?" You say, and they ring you up for fucking a burger and then they chop up a potato in front of you and throw it in the fryer and then there's your food. So it takes a little bit longer for fast food, but it rocks. So David's
Oh, that
Burgers is a
sounds
good
great.
good franchise here. There's actually one 2 blocks walking distance from the venue, but they close at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that. So just
Okay,
heads up. The one near the venue does, but there's another one across town that's open later. We'll say 9 o'clock, something like that.
okay,
Yeah.
Right next to Rev Room, literally, you walk outside the front door of the Rev Room, and you can put one hand in the Rev Room and put one hand into Gus's world famous fried chicken. So it originated in Memphis. I think there was a not HGTV Food Network TV show about the OG Gus's in Memphis, but they branched out to Arkansas and a few other places. So I think this was the first one outside of Memphis. We'll say that, which Memphis like 3 hours away. So Gus's famous fried chicken. It's spicy. It's fucking good ass fried chicken. The staff is rude. They'll give you a fucking 40. You be like, "Can I get a Miller Lite?" And they're like, "Sure." And then they hand you a fucking 40-ounce glass bottle. That's my kind. That's my kind of place. Not no
Oh,
fucking
I love it.
pints. Not no can. They
I don't
say,
want a
"Here's
little
a 40."
fucking
So this place don't fuck around, and it's literally right next to right next to the Rev Room. Um,
bro. I've gone to fucking craft beer places where they serve you beer and something like this, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
It's
It's
called,
fucking
yeah, exactly. What is this? A shot? This is fucking.
yeah,
What are we doing?
dude.
Is this beer for ants? What are we doing here? Um,
You're like, where's the rest of my flight?
right. Exactly. Yeah. Where's the when you bring the rest of the tray out? Let me know, but you can hang on to this for now. Um, but yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of food. I feel like I'm put on the spot a little bit. Um,
No,
so
you're
like I
good.
could definitely give you. We're gonna create like a comprehensive list of fucking banger spots. Um,
hell yeah.
and
Well, we
we'll
know
send
we're
that out.
eating at Waffle House. We know
Waffle
we're
House.
eating at
Yeah.
Okay,
Zaxby's, 100%.
beautiful. Zaxby's is a must. There's also a local spot called Slim Chickens. They have them all over Little Rock. That's similar to Zaxby's. Chicken fingers or chicken sandwiches or chicken and waffles or wings, and it's pretty fucking fire.
I like a
Um,
local spot.
yeah.
I do
There's a
like a
lot. There's
local
a lot
spot.
of good local spots. It's a local chain. It's weird because I think the guy that owns it or started it is from Arkansas, but he married a woman from the UK. So he like they have like 20 Arkansas locations. Then they have like 3 locations in like Birmingham and London, England. So,
It's
so
so odd.
it's kind of weird, whatever. But they're fucking
Hey,
awesome.
international, brother.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. International, Arkansas and fucking London. Let's go. Um, but yeah, yeah. So like, I'll give you guys a list, but off the top of my head, those are all fucking solid choices. If you guys aren't vegan, like, there's some great vegan spots, surprisingly. But if that's not your if that's not your vibe, I'm not vegan either. I'll give you some places to fucking munch down on. I'll have to think
It's
on it
all
a little
good.
bit. But there's some good. Like I said, Gus's Fried Chicken is next door. Waffle House down the street. David's Burgers 2 blocks over. The fucking World Championship cheese dip at Dizzy's is like 4 blocks away. It it's in the middle of everything happening in Little Rock. Is probably right there. There's sushi. Fucking there's the spot with the biggest beer selection in the state of Arkansas is literally across the street. A bar. They have good like uh
I'm gonna need a tab on that.
it's a
I need
German
We left
spot.
my credit card there.
Cool, cool,
directions.
cool, cool.
I
Hell
need
yeah.
to.
It's called a flying saucer. I think it's German based food, so it's like they have like fucking sausages and fucking pretzels. I
Sauerkraut.
think that's what
Good
German,
beer
yeah,
food.
sauerkraut. That
Drink with
might
that
be all
shit.
that's on the menu. I don't know,
I don't.
whatever. But
I don't mind it.
but there's a lot of beer. There's a lot of beer to choose from. So you're in good hands if you love beer and want to walk across the street. Rev Room has good drink specials. We're trying to convince them to do specials for the fest, whatever, like, cocktails that are like named after the bands, whatever. We'll figure
All
all
right.
that bullshit out later. But if you love to drink, Whitewater Tavern is a legendary bar that's 15 minutes away. There's Vino's where the pre-show's happening. Some of the best pizza in the state, so I'm told.
Oh,
To
hell
me,
yeah.
I don't. To me, I'm over the shit because I've been eating it for fucking 20 years. So it just tastes like fucking Totino's or whatever. No disrespect, I love Vino's, but I love everybody that works there. I'm here right now. Scratch that part out, or they're gonna not let me book shows. They're gonna fucking ban me from the place. No, Vino's rocks. Everybody loves the pizza here. I've even had Weeping from New Jersey come through where, like, if you're from New Jersey, you know good pizza. And they're like, yo,
Yeah.
this is some of the best pizza in the country. I was like, okay, cool.
Beautiful.
Respect, respect. So
Hell yeah.
great pizza spot. Yeah, yeah. Let me know. I could probably send you a fucking list tomorrow. I'll use the same list from
Yeah.
last year,
Don't
whatever,
even worry.
of good
Yeah, fuck
spots.
yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, fucking. Let's fucking eat. Let's go to Waffle House. Let's fucking throw some chairs at
Hey,
Waffle House. Let's throw some chairs at the fest. Somebody's going through a table. This is the
we're ready to
fucking.
go.
We start the fight at the show and we take it to the Waffle House right down the street. It's perfect. It's perfect. Integrity. The last song, people start fist fighting. Take it down the street. 17 blocks. There's the Waffle House. We bring the fight in there. Order your hash brown smothered, covered, chunked, capped, topped. Top, they throw chili on it. It's crazy. These motherfuckers are out of their mind.
You
It's fucking
you
wild.
might have just cut the greatest promo of all time.
Well,
Shit.
we'll start winding it down. Off the top of my head, I just wanted to shout this band out real quick. There's a band from Tennessee. They are like really, really young. They're like
Let's
16,
go.
17 years old, called Piss
Okay.
Rot. Just listen to their new album they put out.
Interesting.
Fucking sick.
Wild.
Fuck yeah.
Well, last thing I want to ask you, I know you're a big music fan. Do you
Tell
have
me.
some albums that from this year that you're really fucking with?
Dude, it's fucking. Let me pull. I might have to pull up my Spotify. There's been a lot of fucking great music come out this year.
Agreed.
It's really fucking. It again, like I said earlier, it's an exciting time. There's good shit coming out all the fucking time. Damn. Did that new Enforced album? Did it
Yep.
come out this year? Or was it last year?
Yeah, that was
This
April.
year?
Right here. Shout out
Yes.
Enforced. I got him right
I
here.
love that album, man. Fuck, it's fucking good.
War Remains. Great.
Yes. That new so World I Hate. Fuck, a lot of the bands playing the fest have dropped new music. No Cure just dropped some new music the other
Yep.
day.
Great. Fuck
Great
Great.
album.
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, crazy
No
heavy
Cure
stuff.
Straight Edge, fuck you. What is it? No Cure Straight Edge, fuck you.
Fuck you, Die Slow.
Something like Die Slow.
I have no,
That's a
I have
great
no
song.
idea. I have no idea. But here's the thing: I love a band that leans into it. So nothing is corny if you lean into it. So if you're like, if you drink a beer, I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the head, dude. Fuck it. Shoot me. I don't give a fuck. I'm
I
in.
love it.
I'm in. Let's
Yes.
go. I'm in. I'm in. Start shooting.
I love
Yes.
it.
So shout out No Cure, especially excited for them because they came out from nowhere and are fucking making a name for themselves. So shout out to that band.
I
Um,
agree.
dude, shit, you put me on the spot here.
You're
It's been a
good.
and it's been a crazy year for me because like I fucking had a tornado hit my house. All this crazy shit happened throughout the year. Um, so I haven't listened to music as much as I normally would.
That's fair.
But so that new Ingrown, are you guys fuck with
Oh
Ingrown?
yeah. Oh, we
Oh
just saw
yeah,
them.
it's
They're incredible, man.
Great, dude,
badass
great
band.
band for a three piece has no
Yeah.
business being that hard. I love a fucking three piece band.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
it's fucking insane, and
Yeah,
they're
he
all the
fucking
songs
goes
are,
nuts too.
dude, all their songs are about shooting fucking guns, owning
Mm-hmm.
guns. Dude, say less. Let's fucking yes,
I'm in.
yes. I see ingrown. I just want to start taking a gun and shoot it in the fucking air. Take the safety off. Break every rule of owning a fucking firearm that you possibly could. Wear camouflage.
Bring that
I'm
shit
in,
around.
brother. I'm
Yeah,
in. I want to take a monster truck and
judiciary
drive it into.
camouflage.
Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, that new ingrown, I love it. Those guys are great. I'm glad to see them um like merge with closed casket activities because
Hell
that's a
yeah.
match made in heaven. I think that surprised it took this long. And I know they're working on a full length. That new Harm's Way, fucking, it's crushing. It's crushing. It's a gateway album, I believe. A lot of people hear it. People that listen to Slipknot can hear it and love it.
Mm-hmm.
People that listen to fucking Integrity can hear it and they will love it. It's a fucking album that will bring people into hardcore metal, whatever. It's the gateway album, for sure. I've always loved that band. I love what they're doing. I'm so pumped on that. That new X Weapon X or Weapon,
Yeah.
however you would pronounce it. Great shit. Love that.
Harm's
Bo from
Way.
Harm's Way is in that, along with fucking
The Garris
Isaac,
brothers.
Isaac and Brian, yeah, from Knock Loose, and then literally the
Fuck yeah.
fucking everybody who has the last name Garris from Louisville, Kentucky, I think plays in that band. That's fucking sick, dude. I love nothing more than like two or three brothers in a fucking band saying "Let's fucking rock." Yes, yes. Bring your siblings. Start a band with your mom. I don't give a fuck. I love that shit, dude. I want to see mom and son bands like writing hard riffs. That rules. Um,
Oh
damn.
fuck, that's so
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I
Talking
mean,
that
there's a
fucking
lot of good.
shit.
Such a solid
Yeah,
list
no.
too.
Uh, um, dude, there's a lot of good shit has came out this year. Kill Order from Little Rock, they dropped a fucking solid EP. Dryer Fire, it's rough. If you like rough recordings, check out the EP. It's sick. But if you don't, even if you don't like the EP, and I know people that they're like, I can't really vibe with this. You see them live, they'll win you over. They're playing the pre-show.
Fucking A.
In, let's go with this. Inside You from Oklahoma City just dropped an album about a week, 2 weeks ago. They're playing the pre-show. Um, and like it's the hardest thing ever because they're all Native American. I believe the whole band is like native dudes from Oklahoma. Makes sense. The fucking album cover is a fucking Indian scalping, running through the city, scalping motherfuckers' heads.
That's the
It's,
coolest shit.
dude, let's go, let's go. And so it's like, dude, it's just crushingly heavy.
All
So
right.
check
Fuck
out
yeah.
Inside You. There may be like no spaces or a period in between the words, something like that. It might be spelled a little weird, but you'll know the album cover when you see it because it's a fucking Native American standing there, ripped off the scalp of like a businessman in the middle of a city. Yo, brother, you're
I
speaking
love
my
that
fucking
shit.
language. Let's go, let's go.
Fuck yeah.
Cool.
So yeah,
Hell yeah,
like
man.
I wish I could have taken more time. I've had a crazy personal life this year.
Yeah, you're
So
Yeah.
good, brother. We
like
understand.
the last 2 years, I feel like I fell in love with music again after COVID because there were so many good albums. And then this year was the year that I was like, oh fuck, I'm falling behind a little bit. So I would love to chat when you guys are in town. Fill me in on what your favorite albums are. Like,
Fuck
I don't
yeah.
Got
know,
you,
like
man.
hit me with requests now. I'll fucking listen to them tomorrow. Like, what are you guys listening to? I'm
Dude,
curious.
that
For
What
me,
that
if you had to
piss
throw out
rock.
one album? Not it doesn't have to be the best. It doesn't have to be like your favorite or anything like that. But just like what's a good one this year that you think I may have that might have missed my purview?
I
Let's
don't know.
see.
I feel like this is a big one, but like I really fucked with that Two Mold album. It was like,
Oh my god, dude, it's crazy. It's fucking
yeah,
crazy.
Good
Okay,
album.
okay, yes. Thank you. You jogged my memory a little bit. 20 bucks spin. I love fast. I love heavy. That new Gravesend album.
oh yeah,
That checks every box
Yeah,
for me. That shit rules. That shit fucking rules. That
I
two
gotta
mold album
say,
is go
no,
ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
The Two Mole album, no, the Two Mole album was
Good.
fucking it. It was so good. I want to say I got out. It's not a, it's an EP, but 10 to the chest. It's called the
Yes,
EP
yes,
Split the
yes,
Fuck
yes,
Open.
yes.
Oh my god, that shit's
Yep,
crushing.
yep. Trey, who's in that band, he's also in a band called Mouth for War. That's that's
I've heard of them.
when 10 to the chest is your side project band and not even your main band, you know you're fucking killing it.
Wild.
Yeah. And dude, okay, I could be wrong. Don't quote me because I'm like 19 Miller Lights deep here or nine. I don't know, whatever. So somewhere in the middle, whatever. I
Somewhere in
gotta
the
go
middle of
sing.
that.
I gotta go sing Ice Ice Baby in a minute. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
get
you're
ready.
sing
good.
that shit.
But so I think Trey intent to the chest. I think him and his wife is in that band.
Okay.
That
Oh,
rules. Again,
that's
like I said, start a
dope
band
as
with your mother,
fuck.
brother. Start a band with your wife.
With
Start a
your
band with your
wife.
wife and your ex girlfriend and your fucking mistress. I want more bands with your fucking lovers. That shit is sick. That rules. But
I
yeah, no,
love
it's
that.
cool. I want to say it's a 3 piece, maybe it's a 4 piece. I don't know. But they
Okay.
played here and it was just like it was insane. It had no business being as good as it was for being a band that's like, oh, this is just what I do in my spare time when my other band's not busy. That you would never guess that.
Wow.
It's fucking bananas. But if you're not familiar with Mouth for War, they just got signed to I guess what used to be E1 Heavy, but MRNK or
Yeah,
Monarch or
Monarch
whatever.
Heavy.
Yep. So they just got signed to that like less than a month ago, and they put out new music. So check out Mouth for War and 10 to the Chest. Both those bands are sick. Any other suggestions that I need to hear?
Listen,
Man,
I
oh,
can't
you know
suggest
what?
anything that you haven't heard
too
so.
many.
Here's here's
Too
one
Yeah, no, I
many.
more.
agree.
I can't get enough of the freaking uh what is the band called? Human Pudding. They have the gosh, Razor, you know who I'm
Peeling
talking
flesh?
about. Peeling Flesh. God, I
Peeling
Peeling
cannot
Flesh,
flesh.
dude.
get enough of
Peeling-
Peeling Flesh.
That
It's
band
just like,
fucking
Shout out
rules.
Oklahoma.
That band rules. Dude, there's something in the water in Oklahoma. It's kind of crazy. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama. We've talked about a lot of bands from these places. Dude, these are overlooked spots, man. Motherfuckers need to start paying attention. Which Peeling Flesh is about. They're on the come up like fast. So
yeah.
Yeah,
so
they
like
are.
everyone's gonna know that name soon if they don't already. But yeah,
Fucking
that
A.
band is fucking unreal, unreal. I tried hard to get them on this fucking fesh, but they're recording it. Maybe I shouldn't share their information, but they couldn't play the fesh.
No,
I
no,
feel
they were
that.
just on the Garza podcast with Garza from Suicide Sounds. They said they're going to be working on a new album, so
Okay, well that's why they
you're
couldn't
good.
play it. So
You're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Cool. Well,
Um,
we'll let you get back to your Ice Baby
You gotta
coming
hit
up
that
because we
shit.
know you
Stop,
gotta hit that.
collaborate, and listen.
You gotta give the people what they want. But
they do want Ice Ice Baby. You're not lying.
we know we got Terminal Nation 420 coming out this year. 20 bucks
Correct.
spin, fucking 20
Facts,
bucks spin does not miss. So that tells me
facts.
what level your album's at. So I don't even have to. I
Cool.
already know it's gonna be great.
It's
Can't
so
wait for it.
we worked with a producer for the first time ever, Ryan Bram, who's produced for Gate Creeper, Creeping Death, whatever. It's kind of weird when you're a DIY band and you're always used to just like writing your music, and then like these are your homies, these are my friends in my band. I don't want to be like, hey man, your riffs are fucking weak and they suck shit. Rewrite it. But when you have a producer who like we wrote everything obviously, but the producer was like, you could write that better, or the producer was like, that shit sucks. And like when you have that perspective, I was like, dude, I feel like we're a professional band because there's a guy that's not in the band fucking saying do this better.
Actually
So
telling us. Yeah.
yes. But it takes away
Yeah.
a little bit of the nerves when you're like, or for me, like motherfuckers don't want to tell me that, hey man, your vocal take was fucking dog shit. Well, I would love if you would be honest with me and say that. Um, so like, but Ryan would do that, and we recorded with him. So shout out Ryan Brand from Tucson, Arizona. Motherfucker is a G. That dude fucking kills it. He's got a lot of awesome things coming up. He's done. I mean, he's worked with fucking some of your favorite Gate Creeper, Creeping Death, Spirit Adrift, Sex Prisoner albums. All he's the fucking mastermind behind that shit. So like we were just very fortunate to be able to work with him through that process, through the writing process, even through the playing process. Um, and he kind of pushed us outside of our comfort zone in a lot of ways. I think there's going to be some things on this album that people will be surprised about, like stylistically. There's a lot of melody. I don't want. It's not a mellow death album. It still whoops ass, but you can tell we listen to a lot of Carcass Heartwork. You can tell that we listen to a lot of fucking Hatebreed and Crowbar also. Um,
I love
you
it.
can,
I
yeah.
love
So
that.
like you can tell we listen to a lot of Cold as Life, and we listen to a lot of fucking Obituary. So like, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it's not even close to anything we've put out before. It's fucking miles beyond anything we've ever released before. So I'm
Hell
truly
yeah.
proud of it. We still have a couple guest vocal spots we're waiting on. Once those come in, we're off to the races. So album artwork's supposed to be done any day now. We're fucking dude. I'm ready for people to hear it. I think
Dude,
people are gonna be shocked, surprised, whatever. If you love this band, if you hate this band, if you love this band, you're gonna love it. If you hate this band, suck my dick, but I think you still might love it. It's gonna be fucking.
fuck
I think
yeah.
it's gonna be really sick. I think I'm very very. I'll just say, I don't want to fucking toot my horn. I'm not the fucking guy, the type of dude to be like, yeah, my shit's good. But I think I'm very proud of what we did, and I'm very proud of what me and my friends accomplished. I think we did something really really special. So I hope everyone checks it out, and maybe they agree, disagree, whatever. But I hope you check it out, and I hope it connects with you in some way.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited for it, man. You have no idea.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Well,
Well, I
well,
appreciate the support.
yeah.
You guys are fucking awesome as
Yeah,
always.
yeah,
Thank you
fuck
for
yeah.
having me. Looking forward to fucking slamming some beers when you guys get in town. So yeah, let's fucking
Let's
party.
fucking
I'll see
get
you
that
next
Go to
week.
shit.
Bangin' in the Rock. Have a
Hell
good
yeah.
Go to
time.
Bang in the
And
Rock.
Mm.
Yes, yes. Tickets are still available. Not a whole lot, but tickets are still available. bitrfest.com. I'll see your ass there. Let's fucking go, baby.
And we'll
hell
put
yeah.
the
See you
we'll
Looking
put
soon.
the
forward to
link
it.
Later.
we'll put the link in there too.
Please do, please do. I'll see you guys at Waffle House. We'll fucking find a small guy and we'll don't fight the cooks, but we'll find somebody and we'll whoop their ass. Let's go. We'll make
We'll
it
send Ramon on
challenging.
the cook.
It'll be it'll be like it'll be like the fucking Waffle House is like the Warriors, man. The movie The Warriors. It's a lawless land. I'll just say that,
Done.
but we got to go there for sure.
Done.
Hell yeah, brother. Hey, thank you